see if we can get this working finally. There we go. Alright. I think we are working. Nah, software was being a little tit for tat. Alright, let's see, is that correct? Awesome. How is everyone doing tonight? Everyone's doing wonderful, right? Just wanted to go live. I'm not going to go live super long tonight, but stress test was very awesome. They're going to be loosening some standards and allowing banks to do buybacks and do dividends. So if we're in banks, we would like to know how long we can stay in. So for me, I got 24th calls, so I'm going to put a line here, and then I'll know basically what I could potentially get to. So we're going to go right there. That's how long we can hold our position. Just wait for some peeps here. We just got started, so we can start doing our lines, I guess. Oh, wow. Yeah, we could easily get to 3260. I don't think it's going to go straight up, but I would say, I think we're at like 20. We're right, I think at 2043, 2943 is where it closed, so that'd be right there. This is where the current price is at. So I'll make that green for money. What's up, Raul? Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday night. Apparently we are all bored enough where we want to chart on a Friday night, since COVID is here and we can't go out and party. I'm drinking my vodka, mango, and orange juice drink here, pretending I'm in the tropics. Mandalorian was good. I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So today we broke out with the stress test. That's where this is right here. So we're wondering if we got XLF calls next week. We're going to do some individual banks as well. But this is wave 1, and this was wave 2. So potentially what we could see here is a real big run on banks. So this is wave 1. Could see, I mean, it's not going to go straight through here, but you might see something like this. Could be reasonable. XLF to 65. Let's see what we got for time tools. I mean, it'd be awesome if we got to 3260 Monday, but don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, I would say 3260 by the inauguration would make more sense, but I'm not gonna judge it. I do have a general pullback that week of inauguration, but that's pretty much across my charts that way. So we'll see. I think the 3240 would be reasonable. Let's if this is our top to bottom here, then we could potentially try to chart out our wave here as well. So I would say 2982 Monday, maybe a pullback Tuesday, and then maybe end the week around 3035. So I mean, let's go into the 15-minute and see if we can chart this out. No, I think banks are just getting started. If you're looking at the fundamentals, banks can double in price and still be fairly reasonably valued. I think next year is going to be a good year for banks. I could be wrong. We'll see how the moratorium on mortgages goes. But if we keep getting stimuluses and there's keeps getting money pumped into them, then yeah, we could have a very nice. Oops. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. And that could be our inner cycle. So let me clean this up a little bit for everyone, and we'll chart this out. We'll get everyone this chart, and we'll go do some individual banks. I just wanted to start with XLF, see what our potential target is. I'd like to target 3040 next week for an extension. I think it's very reasonable as a breakout here, because we have a flat top here, and generally flat tops, because the longer the flat top, the bigger the explosion is. So in theory we could go straight through 3040, but I like to go conservatively, and then if it outpaces it, then I'll probably start scaling out in this area. Yeah, that vodka's real good. Welcome to the sultry tones of Tamikaze drinking vodka. Hope you all had a wonderful day and made some money today. I just like to put some of these out there so you can see where these price levels are at. When I was in college, I used to DJ a little bit, and I called myself DJ Cheese because I was from Wisconsin and it sounded cool at the time. Now it just kind of sounds cheesy. Alright, so this is XLF. We're going to go into Bank of America after this, and then we'll probably go into JP Morgan. Maybe, I think Wells Fargo is usually pretty popular, so we'll do that. We'll see where those are at. Alright, let me get this for everyone. Tweet this out. Cool. So that'll go to my Discord and also to Twitter. So if you guys want to see it, just go check it out on Twitter. I just want to do banks tonight. I don't know if we got some time. I got to do the newsletter tonight, so I do have to. I'm really going to be focused on finding that next winner on that, so I don't want to go too much into this, but I do think it's important if we're all in banks to know what we're shooting for next week so that we can get maximum profits, because we all like maximum profits. Maximum profits. All right, so Racine. Wow. I grew up in Burlington. All my family's from Racine. Johnson Wax, baby. I used to work in Racine. Watch, you're my cousin or something. That'd be funny as shit. Ooh, that's close. Ooh, I had that correct, though. Nice. Yeah, O&H. Are you an O&H fan, or are you a Layman's fan? Is it Layman's? Larman's? Layman's? Oh, I didn't even think about this. So, keep this in mind. We also have cup and handles on the banks. I forgot about this. That would also help us predict our targets. O&H. Yeah, O&H seems to be the most popular. I agree. You can't go wrong with O&H. The big thing, though, about the other one is if you're lactose intolerant. I think the other Kringle is lactose intolerant. No dairy. It's kind of cool, I thought. So general rule of a cup and handle is the extension. So you have the handle here. Here's the cup. The extension's almost always the top to bottom on the cup. So if we take that over here, put that over here, that actually is perfect. So that tells me I love that. That's awesome. So that tells me that we're for sure going to 140.87, at least 140 in JPM. Banks are going to be awesome next week. If we get stimulus and we already have, I think JPM announced they're keeping their dividend where it is at and $30 billion in buybacks. So they're starting their buybacks again. So you better get in JPM. It's going to 150. I'm almost positive it's going to 150. That's a $32 move you could catch. That would be really nice. So yeah, if you guys haven't, if you got some time tonight, check out my YouTube series. It's free. I don't do commercials or nothing. It's just got a cool intro, and you can learn some stuff. I have a cup and handle series. I teach you the ins and outs of a cup, how to play them properly, and how to project extensions and things like that. So yeah, we can do Bank of America. Let me tweet this out. Save these charts so I don't lose them and people can get them. I want to go back to XLF real quick. I want to see if I missed the cup and handle on it. Did it have one? Yeah, it did. So let's it's not as good of a one, but let's see if we can project this right here. Yeah, it's pretty close. I would say that we could keep that there. That looks pretty accurate. I mean, here, let's just, for simplicity, make this straight. Let's go to the middle of the cup, and we would take that right there. So let's say this is our, where the end of the cup is, and it's almost perfect as well. So we're going to keep that there and have our target be the 3265, with our short-term target being right around 30.30 for profit taking this week. I used to live on Browns Lake, and yes, I went to high school with Tony as well. Yeah, I actually used to sell office supplies to Layman's Kringle. Little, like, I'm recalling right, what's the name of the street? It's a State Street that it's on. And it's just like a little sliver. And you just walk in there and they got their Kringle counter. O&H is like a much bigger store where you can walk around in it, and it's much more fancy, where Layman's is like your cousin's shop where you walk in and it's like, it feels more like a back alley shop. It is States, yeah, see? There you go. I used to work off of Spring Street. Back when I was 18, trying to make a living. Alright, so we were going to do Bank America. Looks like I got the cup. What is going on up here? Oh! I forgot that I used... just ignore all the other stuff that's going on here. Alright, so... Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Bank of America's gonna be... This could be huge. I know Buffett is really big into this, so... I think Bank of America could touch 50 next year. I know that sounds crazy, but... I mean, this has it going to 35 back to all... I think all the banks are going to go back to all-time highs soon. This almost looks like it's ready for leg 5, though. So this one looks like you have sharp, flat, but... it doesn't work out with the rules, though. So to me, I mean, I think this... where's that coming from? Okay. That means this would be... Maybe this is leg 1. That would make more sense. And then this would be over here. Yeah, that equals out to a full extension of the cup is up here, so do a time series here. And here's the thing, like, the reason why there's so much stuff going on for banks right now. So tech right now with all the vaccines and everything has been like a safe haven for everyone. But now that we got the vaccines and stimulus coming out, I think there's going to be a rotation out of tech and more into value stocks like we have. with banks. And banks right now, I mean, one thing that people don't look at is when I'm looking at upside and I want to see, okay, does it make sense that something can run this high, especially like, dinosaurs like this. Um, if we look at the fundamentals, okay, so the fundamentals tell me that this is a good value, that people are going to want to put their money into it next year. So if we're looking at this, we could see the PE ratio around 11.9. And if you think about it, let's see, I forget, is the S&P like 28? S&P PE ratio, come on phone. Holy Toledo. So the S&P PE ratio right now is 37.5. So in order this to catch up, it has to more than triple its price to catch up to the average PE ratio of a stock in the S&P. And with I feel like with Tesla going in and Tesla being at like a 1400 PE ratio, that's going to be way higher. And so I mean, price to book too. Here's the thing, like all the numbers tell me that Bank of America could go to 90 and still be fairly valued. Now, it's not going to go to 90. It'll probably go to 50. 50 is a much more realistic target. But in terms of value, there's not much better value than banks right now. Everyone's just like, just chart Amazon, damn it. Don't care about banks. Just want Amazon. Amazon. You think messing around with an Amazon woman's fun till she crushes your head. I mean, to me, this is going to be a breakout gap that doesn't need to be filled. Now, if it starts filling it, honestly, here's what we're going to do. So, if we gap up hard Monday, and it doesn't sell off right away, you're going to hold. If it starts selling off, you're going to get out immediately, because as soon as it starts filling that gap, it's going to fill the gap. And then when it fills the gap, then you can go back in. Just start over. Alright. This one's harder. Alright, so we're just going to go with a straight extension and see what we got here. I mean, the 236 is usually a good... So I think... I know this is at like 250-ish, 251 after hours. I'd have to look again, but there it is. Okay, it's at 250. Holy cow. Do you know that the 250 calls were like 20 cents each or 20 bucks each? So they'd be up 2,000%. That's so stupid. I almost bought them too. I was so close. I was like, okay, I was like, XLF, Goldman Sachs. XLF, Goldman Sachs. And I was like, I already got Goldman Sachs leaps. And XLF, I can get like 100 of them for like pennies on the dollar. So I went with XLF. And that was the one we had the level 3 on. We had the level 3 on the XLF. So, I mean, you could even see like after hours. Like, this thing's bull flagging after hours. So, to me... we could actually take our extension off of here potentially. So let's just do a microwave here. Oh man, can you imagine This thing getting, that's not going to happen by Christmas. 270, I mean, if we do get a Santa rally, I guess, maybe. 273, that sounds I mean, that'd be a $30 move. That'd be crazy. I do have both. Alright, so I think that's a little ridiculous, but maybe that's a full move. I'm not going to tweet that. I don't really believe that's going to happen. Oh, look at that. My chart's playing out perfectly. I charted this when it was right here, by the way, and I have been fairly accurate so far. Have not touched it at all. We don't really need these anymore. These are done. So for me, if this opens over 3250, then I see a good chance at going to 3330. Yeah, we could do Citibank. I don't know if I have Citi charted. Holy Toledo. What's going on with this thing? See, this is the same. Oh, wow, okay. What a weird looking chart. I mean, where's this at after hours? $62.25. I mean, to me, 68 would be probably the first resistance we're going to go to, and so let's see if that makes sense. That's going to be the 382, so I would imagine this will probably go like this. Something like that, maybe. Makes sense, because then it's gonna reject here as well. Yep, that looks right. And then it'll fill that gap up to here, and then it'll have some struggle here. And this may very well, you know, if this, well, this may jump all the way through actually, if it does, and then we might get something like this as well. That would be we'll be looking at for Citi. Yeah, that'd be a run to 80. I don't think that's out of the. I haven't looked at Citi's financials in a very long time. I know they had a little trouble earlier. I mean, yeah, I mean, PE ratio looks great. Book to value, yeah. Citi looks very undervalued right now. I think they had a scandal or something right here, and now they're slowly coming back, kind of like Wells. Oh, we haven't done Wells Fargo. Let's do that. Alright, let's tweet this out. Yeah, Citi looks good. I like this one. This could be a good bank play next week to go long on, get some leaps on it. Maybe get like some 70 leaps, and you could have some good upside there. Hmm. So is it finally out of this channel then, huh? Yes, it is. I mean, for me, if it can get over this line, that would be first target, second target. I'd be curious to see how the financials on Wells Fargo are from the stress test. I have not looked into them because I mean this thing basically went from 46 down to 33, and it's been down in the gutter. So this thing could really run. Yeah, they just don't. They're just not as good as the other banks. I mean, they've been really hurt this year. The problem with Wells Fargo is they rely on too many traditional ways of banks making money, whereas J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, did I do Morgan Stanley? I'd be curious on that. Oh wow, yeah. I totally forgot about this. Thank you. Uh, yeah, I mean Morgan Stanley, we're looking at a target of 78, and this could potentially be quicker. So, um, yeah, I mean that looks nice. People are just like, we don't care about banks. I want snow. It's nice when you already have stuff charted. So, well, that didn't work out right. I mean, in theory, it looked good with the. It just. Oh yeah, this you're not. If you're bullish on this, this does. This does look no bueno. So if that plays out, that's no bueno, because that basically means. I mean, snow's going to 174. No, 1 hour? There, 180. There's your snow target. Alright, let me see what time it is. Alright, it's 8:30. Said I was going to go for a half hour. I'll give you guys 10 bonus minutes. 10 bonus minutes. We'll do some requests now that we got through the banks. We kind of have some ideas on where those are going. And we'll do that. I think a lot of people. I have been seeing such. Yeah. this isn't happening apparently, so let's just get rid of that. Alright. I'll clean this up a little bit, get some of these lines out of here. The sell-off on Apple today was so ridiculous. I'm still so mad about that. Like, it got a massive upgrade. It had extreme call flow for it. It should have gotten gamma squeeze today, and it didn't. It's very frustrating because I put a lot of money into it. And it didn't work, and it's very frustrating. So for me, I mean, potentially you got, this would be wave 2, so to me that means we're probably gonna get some buyers here, and then this would be your final for that. So this would make sense to me. Looks like it rejected off that, so this would come back down to here, and then this would be right there. Alright, that makes sense to me. So 136 would be my Apple target for why is everyone talking? Did something happen to Vail after hours? Like, been hearing a lot of bad things. Ooh, that don't look good. Dropped like $1. Ooh, man, that dropped a lot. All the way to 1750. I mean, yeah. Probably is going to drop back down to 14, and then it can do its final wave here. It needs to cool off. Like, it's a good thing. Unless you're in calls. Then I understand. Nice. Is it an overextended wave though? Okay, so it's an overextended wave as well. So that means the next wave is probably only going to 20. So hey, I love Vail was one of, I think Vail was one of the very first plays I ever wrote about in our newsletters, because, and that's why I had it charted. I'd have to go back and see. I mean, this thing just went straight up. I mean, you could have caught a straight up move from 12 to 1750. Like, that's a 50% move in like a month. Like, if you caught that, you're doing something all right. Boeing. Not doing Disney. I will do CR Corsair. I think I have Corsair already, so. Interesting. So I could see this making an inverse head and shoulders, kind of like this. So inverse head and shoulders bouncing off here, we got here? This doesn't look right. Feel more comfortable with that. These are done. Don't need those anymore. Don't know if there's enough on here to really do anything. That don't look bad actually. So this could actually come down to here. I think I've looked at the fundamentals and they look like they're not bad. I mean, it's pretty fair valued right now, but if you get the Wall Street bet strength behind it, I could see that. So I'm not gonna say it can't go up, but I'm gonna say that it's pretty fair valued where it's at. So let me pour myself a Jim Beam double oak twice barreled whiskey here. Ooh, yeah, looks good. Alright, I'll do one more. I did snow. I tweeted those out. That's not. Well, CRM looks awful. I'm fairly certain CRM's going to 200 or 209. I'm fairly certain. I've looked at this a couple times and it can't break out of this 236 zone. So the core bell, I'm not a brandy guy. My wife is though. So this would be there's a rule with when something it keeps getting rejected off the 236. So yeah, 203 in this area. Right here is going to be where it's going to go. So this is probably what's going to happen. It's going to do one of these. I think this is this. Oops, I didn't do that right. It's going to do. So that would be my prediction on CRM. I don't know why, but something's gonna happen, and it's gonna go down here. I would not be in CRM. Now, I do have an alert here, so that if it does break this red line, then this is invalidated, and it will fill this gap up to 239. Yeah, well, I love Dougie, but Dougie's not always right, just like I'm not always right. I'm curious about my OSTK chart. Oh, yeah, it's still on track. Let's see what happens, though. I know, forget which other ET said that he was bullish on it, but I have always found it extremely odd how extremely odd how news and technical analysis matches up. I don't know why. It just it seems to happen. Um, I mean, the curve support. It just I don't use it all the time. I only use it when it makes sense. Um, I mean, there's all different ways of doing technical analysis. I have my own way. It works for me. Um, you find the way that works for you. Yeah, I have Pelotar worked out here, so how's it doing after hours? Looks like it's at this support down here, so if it breaks this purple line, then this is invalidated and it's going back to 17. I know it's been getting downgraded lately. I don't actually believe this chart, but if this is an Elliott wave impulse move, I mean, it could go to 50, but I would like it more down in the 14 range. That's not. Oh wow. Okay, so this actually played out faster than I thought it would. So I had it going to 2300. It just did it faster than I had it charted. So if you were to move this back like this, that's I had it right. I just didn't have it doing it that fast. So that's sometimes what happens. Like I do these waves. One of the hardest things to do in charting is to figure out how long it's going to take a movement to happen. Usually my targets are good, which is fine. So like if it's going up fast and I have a target here, then we're good. I do have another target here of 2400 as well. So it does look really bullish right now. You know, and the funny thing is you know, you have this bull flag right now. I would not be surprised if it went to 2400. It looks really good. And the volume is really high. So it is on a downtrend though. So to me that tells me that we're on our last leg here. We're definitely on the last leg. But how high is this leg going to go is the other thing. So for me, if that means alright, so we can actually probably chart this out. So so let's say this is the move right here. I mean 27,000. That would be a high end there. I wouldn't think that's crazy. So now we know the purple line is done, so we're not gonna worry about that. So this was just an ABC, it wasn't an ABCDE, so this was just a alright, last one, we'll do Intel, and then I'm done. Oh look, I already did it. Here you go, I'll tweet this out for you. Ooh, that doesn't look good. What the hell happened here? That just happened today? Holy Toledo. That's nuts. That dropped, what, 51 to Dropped $3 today? Oh, did it have bad news today? I swear Intel cannot catch a break. Like, they cannot catch a break. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's at support right now. News always trumps TA, so I'm just going to get rid of my TA here. That's... I'm just not going to touch it then. I don't know anything. I got to wait and see how this plays out. It hasn't created a movie. I mean, this could go to all-time lows again at 43 here. Or not all-time lows, but it could go to 43 again. I'd be surprised if it fell below that. I mean, if it gets below there, then it's probably going to 41. It'll finally fill this gap. Think about it. A gap from 2018, it'll finally fill. I would not be surprised if it goes below 43 if it went down to 38. So, for me, if it breaks down here, it's gonna be bad. Everyone, hey, thank you for joining me on this impromptu live today. Hope you guys all learned something. I mean, the biggest thing we were looking at is to try to figure out where we're going to take our profits on XLF. And just to recap here, it looks like we're going to be targeting about the mid-30s. If we get a run to 32, we're all going to be extremely happy, trust me. We're going to be having a much more fun live session. So I was looking at this before. I mean, if we do get a similar gap up to right here, I mean, this gap from 24.86 all the way up to 27. It's almost a $3 gap up, and it's only up. It only went up from 28.50 to 29, so it's only up $1. I mean, in theory, it could go up another $2. So this could actually go to our full target of 32.65 right here. So, all right. Hopes everyone has a great night. I'm gonna jump off and